Hi, welcome to Non-Stop Chess channel. Today we are going to see one of the famous opening for the white called Evans Gambit. It's interesting due to the sacrifice from the very beginning. It's good for beginners to try it on their opponents. We will see the actual Evans Gambit at a later point. Today we will see one of the variations of the Evans Gambit. White plays e4, black plays the usual e5. Then white plays f3, black defends here with his knight on nc6. Bishop c4. This is the usual white's move where it tries to develop the king side so that it can castle. Now if black plays here bishop c5, you are having an opportunity to play the Evans Gambit. Now this will be the position where there are so many variations that is possible, and we will see one of the variations today. b4. As I said, Evans Gambit is interesting since the very beginning itself. White starts with sacrifice. So here white is giving away the b pawn without any defense. So here black has the opportunity to take the pawn with the knight or the bishop, but we will see the variation where black doesn't accept the gambit. Now if he doesn't accept the gambit, you just push the pawn and attack the knight, which is defending the e5 square, and usually the beginners try to move the knight to the d4 square. Now we just have to take the e pawn, which is the centralized pawn. Black has so many options here since there is a threat on the f7 square by the bishop or the knight and taking the queen. So the only good defense for black is knight e6. Now white has many moves, so usually f4 is played, or d4 or nc3, and here black usually tries to chase the knight away and plays d6 or f6, and if it's f6, white instead of castling can immediately sacrifice the knight and go for the attack. So queen h5 check. The forced move is obviously g6, else if the king moves to f8, queen f7 checkmate. So g6, knight into g6, and if the pawn takes the knight, you win the rook and you are materially up, so it's a easy win. So some try to defend it using the knight. If that's the case, you again sacrifice your bishop and give a check, so the king will take the bishop. You do a double check by taking the rook on h8 with the knight. Now the king is again forced to come to e6 square, because if it moves to either e8 or f8, the queen f7 plus and checkmate. Now all white has to do is just move the queen to d5 and checkmate. So this is a beautiful thing that you can try out with your opponent if you get to play the Evans Gambit. I'm sure a lot of beginners get the opportunity. Next time try it out and have fun. Thank you.